Hey, Dream. I, I call myself trying to do a different day and time because I won't be here tomorrow. And I had to turn myself because the sun. What's going on? Mm. Can you hear me okay, Dream? Oh. I'm going to see if I can say something else. Hi, Berta. Okay, so I did it today because I won't be here tomorrow because tomorrow is my husband's birthday. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. It's usually dark, so all the light is coming in from my window. Usually when I go live, it's like 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hi, Leah. So it's usually dark in here. So I tried to turn myself so the light wouldn't be shining directly into the camera. So I sent out a few messages. I don't know if it's just going to be us today, guys, but that's okay. We'll still chitty chat. We'll still chitty chat. Just waiting for a few more people to get in here. How was everybody's fourth? Mine was pretty good. It wasn't too bad with the fireworks. They usually go really, really late. This year they didn't, thank goodness. They didn't go too late. And then the next day it rained, so they weren't able to do it um, the next day either. So you just hear a few going off, nothing crazy. In the past few years, it's been crazy, like all night on the 4th, all the way into the next week. This time it's not like that. So we got lucky. I have, let's see here. We just do the cooking out. Basically, we don't do fireworks here. We just cook out, we just grill, and then that's it. So I will just go in real quick then and tell you guys what I've been working on. I started my um, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's going good. It's from Pam's Diamond Painting. It's going really, really good. The drills are pretty good. The 310, which is normal, the 310 aren't all that hot. It is a round, but the 310, it's enough. I know I'll have enough for the painting, but it's not all, the 310 are not all that great. They're misshapen drills and things like that, so they're not all that great. But every other color is doing fine. I haven't gotten that much done, but hopefully by the end of next week, I'll have at least half of it done. I finished up a couple of snacks that I had because I want to get done with all my snack paintings. I want those out of here. Anything that's a 30 by 40 or smaller, I want to get rid of those. I don't want to have those in my stash anymore. And I actually pulled out Mushroom Creatures. That is a square diamond painting from Jaded Gem Shop. And I started working on that one too. That one, she has the resin drills, and I can tell the difference. When I hear people talk about it, I didn't realize what the difference was until you like actually see them. You can see the difference. Those are just fine. I've had a few, very, very few, that have the tabs on them, but usually those are the dark colors like the 310. But otherwise, it's going really good. The drills look good, and the canvas is sticky. So I don't know if you guys have done anything by her before, ordered anything from her shop before, but it's going good. I'm just nervous because it's a square and I want it to look good. But the part I have done so far, I was looking at it and it looks good. It looks clean. They're together, not a bunch of spacing. Yeah, her drills, I was really looking at them and you can tell the difference uh, just by looking at hers and other companies. They look better. They look better. She says because they're resin and not acrylic, but they do look good. So I know I'm not going to get that one done this month, but I'm working on it. But there's no, it's too big. It's a 70 by 70. Hey, Whitney. I was about to say, aren't you still on your vacation? Your getaway? I just popped on real quick because I want to just make sure I did a live this week because I won't be here tomorrow. So I just came on early instead of coming on so late. Eleyna came up from school to surprise my husband for his birthday. So she's here and we'll all get together tomorrow. I'm going to cook. We're not going out. He was even saying in the car that he didn't want to go out because every time we go out, he's like, it's a disappointment. Well, that's a nice vacation. That's nice, Whitney. My husband and Maya went on a little mini vacation. They stayed an extra day. They went to go visit his family, so they stayed an extra day. They had a good time. It was nice to be here in the quiet, but it was hard for me to go to sleep. Oh, thanks, Whitney. Yeah, it was very hard for me to go to sleep. I was going to sleep so late, but it was nice to be here in the quiet. I got to go and come as I please. I got to do some stuff around the house. I got to do my crafting and all that. But then I had to be here to babysit Yoshi while he was crying about those fireworks. And the other thing I've been doing is coloring. I have been coloring. I just started a new page yesterday. So I'm getting back to doing my coloring, which I'm excited about. I started this book. I started this one yesterday. I started a page and I colored in this one. This is it's just colored by the numbers, but it's a Christmas in July. We don't have a Christmas in July diamond painting event. So I just did this one. Yes, I made my Santa brown. So I did that one. I am going back to the coloring because I have so many coloring books, so many pencils, markers, just you name it, I have it. And I just feel like they're just sitting here and I'm not using it. Hey, Berta. Oh, thanks, Berta. Was it because of... You know what? Right, you see things when nobody's here. I don't know. I just can't. It was hard for me to go to sleep without him in the bed. Hey, Annette. I know, Whitney. I know. I love doing buddy colors. I just like to see how other people do theirs. Yeah. I haven't heard about someone doing I kept thinking about that. No one's doing a Christmas in July diamond painting event. I thought they did do that one. That would be cute. Just a small painting. It ain't got to be nothing big, but just something small and cute. That's what I thought. Yeah, I had ordered books from Book Depository. They closed in April. I hadn't even taken those books out the packaging yet. I finally took those out and I shot a video for my YouTube channel to go up next week about the coloring books and things I've gotten. And y'all don't forget, they doing that Amazon thing. What is it? Is it the 11th and 12th or the 11th through the 14th? Prime Day? Oh, okay. It's DP holiday in July. Okay. Hey, Amelia. Okay. I knew I wasn't crazy. I just haven't heard anything about it. That'd probably be a nice one to do next year. I jumped on this JBG one real quick because I have a few of her diamond paintings. So that's what I've been up to, just trying to catch up with the coloring and with the diamond painting. I go back to work on Sunday. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not. I know I need to, I'll get my mind right by the time I get there, but right now I'm like, I'm not looking forward to it. So what I need to, oh, okay. And no, Annette, I didn't. I have it all set with the pictures and stuff, but I just ended up getting busy. But yes, I do have everything to show all the finishes. I need to do that. I need to just put it up. But I did collect all the finishes. I didn't see, I missed. Okay. Hey, Cynthia. So, yes, hopefully I'll have everything up ready to go next week. And then next Saturday, I should be back at my normal time. No, you're fine, Nut. And DAC released their 40. Well, they did their restock today. I went and took a look. Nah, I'm good. But I did go look. I didn't see anything. There's an old Mandy Manzano that I wish that they would re-release. I wonder if I can email them. It's an old Mandy Manzano, though. I wonder if I can email them and ask them if they would put it back up, if they would do it, if they would put it in restock. Let me see. Do you guys think they would? If I sent them an email, but it's old. Hold on. I got to get the name of it. All right. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. It is called, Mare de Lis, Merdelis, Merdelis. Aw. Do they dream? I'm going to see, though. I'm going to ask them. It's such a beautiful painting. It's Merdelis. And I never even knew they had it. So they must have had it probably before I started diamond painting or before I got serious with it, because I've never seen it, but I know that it is discontinued. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get out the sun. It is coming through my window like crazy. But I'll try. No, I went through the archived ones before and it was there. That's how I saw it before. I went through the archive ones and I was shocked that it was there, because when I first saw it was on Dreamer Designs. And then I went and was like, oh, let me check the archive paintings for DAC, see if they ever had it. And when it showed that it did, I was like, get out of here. I've never seen it before. So I wonder if they would bring it back. They bring them other ones back. All right, y'all. So let's see here. Is anybody getting anything tomorrow? I don't even know what they have. I haven't even been looking. Does anyone have any plans to buy anything tomorrow? Is that a no? Let me see. Oh, this one's cute. Oh, this one's cute. The little girl with the dog. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it with my light situation. That one's cute. And this one's nice. This was nice too. I like that one too. I'm not getting anything, but those two are nice. This isn't this not my thing. This one here, that's not my jam. That's not me. Dream said no. I'm not getting anything. I am not getting anything. Period. I can't. I got too much going on. Period. I hope they hold some of these voting ones that we just voted on. I hope they hold some of them to Black Friday. Dream said no, Susie, no. All right, y'all. Let me get into this tea real quick. I saw this thing on Facebook. Let's see. Oh, let me just tell y'all this real quick. Okay, let me tell y'all this real quick. Okay. So I'm really going to talk about this later in more depth on my YouTube channel. But I just wanted, because I mentioned it to somebody and I was like, I haven't even really talked about it in my live. So I just kind of wanted to touch base on this, and then you guys tell me what you think. So I was watching someone else's live, and they were talking about how sometimes they send out, diamond paintings and things like that, and things happen, whether it's the post office, UPS, whatever. Things happen where the shipment is slow, or where you don't, get certain things that you've ordered, wherever it is. And people complain. The purchaser, the buyer complains. And so that was kind of being discussed, and they weren't saying it in a derogatory way. They weren't. The person who was talking about it, they were not saying it in a derogatory way. But some of the comments were basically like, well, if people are going to be like that, then you shouldn't sell to them, or they need to learn how to be patient, or they need to be more understanding, and so on and so forth. And I thought to myself, I understand some people can be a little bit, crass and, not, how can I say this? Not understanding that situations do arise. But why does the buyer always get blamed? Like, why is it that it's the buyer's fault? So that made me want to say something in my life, that I am experiencing a situation now where I've actually had to put in a PayPal claim, because I made a purchase from a small business on May 28th, and I was told 2 weeks, and I haven't gotten anything delivered to me. So I haven't gotten any diamond paintings, and I haven't gotten my money returned to me. I'm always the first person to reach out. I have received a bad tracking number, didn't find out till like 2 weeks later that the tracking number was bad, and had to start the process all over again. We're going to be at 6 weeks on Sunday, and I still don't have anything. And I kind of went back and forth with myself about if I should talk about it or not, because I've told other people in private. But not publicly on social media, because I just feel like the buyer, somehow, some way, it turns around to being our fault. Where my thing is, I told the company, I'm not desperate for diamond paintings. I have plenty of diamond paintings. You could just give me my $105 back, and I'm fine. And I would have been fine. But that option seems to continuously get, like, how can I say this? Diverted to something else. And I have been told several different times, different situations have come up, but then, the seller is constantly posting and on social media. So, and then I even got told that this is the first time this has ever happened, my situation. So I feel like if this is the first time this has happened, and it's me, then maybe you need to be more aggressive on how to fix it. I just don't think that it's right that when a buyer is saying they're not happy with the way that the seller has handled something, that it's automatically bounced back to the buyer, that they're in the wrong for expressing their concern, saying anything about their concern, or yes, even complaining. I work with a multi-million dollar banking finance institution. When I have a customer tell me, I went to your ATM, my bank's ATM, and I went to make a deposit, and the deposit didn't show up on my account, I don't tell that customer that's their fault and that they need to be more patient, or they should have went inside the branch, or they should have been making their deposit so late at night, or they should have used the ATM closer to their house. I don't say those things to that person because it's bank error. It's our company's fault, and we need to fix it. So you apologize, you give that individual options on how to fix it, not blaming the consumer because they did something, that they went to make a deposit and then a fluke happened. It's not their fault. So when I listen to someone's live, and trust me, the person who was having the live, they were not being, like mean, nasty, none of that. They were talking about what happened. The people in the comments were. And I'm thinking, no, ma'am, if I spend $100, $200 on diamond paintings and you tell me 2 weeks, that's when I want my stuff. I mean, and then we turn around and say, oh, we need to support small businesses. We shouldn't be buying, unlicensed diamond paintings and so on and so forth. But then you need to fulfill your end of the deal. 6 weeks, it'll be on Sunday. I still haven't, nothing. And I'm telling you now, if I don't approach and say anything, there's no communication, none. There's no empathy. There's nothing until I file that PayPal claim. A company is a company, regardless how big or small. They still need to be accountable when dealing with the consumer and their hard-earned money. Hey, Yolanda. That's how I feel. And then my thing is if I understand mistakes happen, but I would be reaching out to you saying, listen, my bad, this, that, and the third. I'll check on it again in a couple of days. And then you check on it every couple of days until I say, hey, yes, I have it. I got somebody who ordered their painting, I think the day before or the day after me. We got our tracking numbers the same day. When I got a bad one, that person got a good one. And then that either that very same day or the next day they got their paintings. That was 2 weeks ago. I still haven't gotten anything. And when you say I'm the only person that this has ever happened with, that's fine. So then why are you not on top of it? And I've been diamond painting since 2020. The only other company that I ever had an issue with me getting my diamond paintings was Diamond Shop. I've never ordered from them again. I ordered from them in 2021. I literally have never ordered from them again. And they got issues going on. You see their website now, like it's completely empty. They're trying to go through another distributor. And that was the issue with my painting. One of the paintings I had ordered, female empowerment. Yeah, female empowerment. Well, that artist was leaving Diamond Shop. Because when I did an unboxing of it, female empowerment, on my YouTube channel at the time when I finally received it, that artist was no longer on there. So that was what the holdup was. I had ordered a diamond painting that an artist that was leaving their business, and it took forever to get that diamond painting. And they did not want to do anything. They didn't want to compensate me with a free diamond painting. They didn't want to give me a percentage off another order. None of the things. They gave me every excuse in the book. So I'm still a little frustrated about it. I would like to go into more detail about it when I do my whole, if I, get the paintings or whatever. Honestly, almost feel like I would have rather have had the money back. So I could have done something else with it, but it's been a mess. It's been a mess. And I think that people who feel like they're defending these small businesses, they need to really think about the fact that people are spending their money for a product and then they just expect to get it. And okay, I don't get it in a week. I don't get it again. Another week after we've talked about it. How many weeks am I supposed to wait before it's like it's okay for me to be upset? So that is what's going on with me and my diamond painting situation. Frustration. Pure frustration. And I don't deal with this often. When I order from people, it's usually not an issue. I get it. I place the order and I get the diamond paintings. No problem. This time and then a couple years ago with Diamond Shop are the only times I've had this issue. And no, I will not be buying from that individual again. And no, I will not be showing their diamond paintings on my page. I will not. It's just the principle. I don't feel like giving that person my business or promoting them through my page is a good thing for me to do. But other people, they can do what they want. I see a lot of people who get their stuff and they're very happy with it, and that's fine. I'm not going to do that. So that's that on that. So let me get into this real quick. I guess I should ask a question after saying all that. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from? I mean, people were in the comments saying that don't sell to those people anymore. I'm thinking, what do you mean don't sell to them anymore? They're not getting their stuff. I don't know. They're not getting it. And I'm not saying that the seller in particular is doing anything wrong. What I'm saying in this scenario, it can't be this thing where the buyer is always wrong. So I'm gonna do my celebrity news real quick, and then I'm gonna get my butt over here. So let's talk about the slap. So exactly, thank you, Annette. Exactly, they're saying that until it happens to them, right? When it's you who to put that money out there and you not getting your money back, and you are getting the product, exactly. That's a problem. That's a serious issue. So we're going to talk about Britney Spears saying that she got slapped by this newly drafted NBA player's security. I watched the video several times. I had to watch it a few times to kind of see exactly what happened. And literally, I was like, did they add sound to this? But whatever. She was going to a restaurant and the NBA player, his name is Victor. I can't say his last name. Wembanyama, extremely tall. And she came up behind him. Now everybody's walking in front of her. She was doing a British accent. She was doing a British accent, and she came up to him, and she either tapped him, whatever, she touched him, whatever she did. Well, the security, he put his arm up and went like this, where her arm was still out touching. And I think the way he went like this, she ended up getting popped in the face, but with her hand. And immediately people were saying that he smacked her. But if you really look at the video, it's him doing this and her arm is out. So he was pushing her arm back and she ended up getting clapped in the face. You know, even after she got hit, she was still talking in a British accent. Wait a minute. Yes, I did, Annette. And she was still talking in a British accent. And I guess the police got involved, but the police are not pressing charges. And you could hear them saying, that's Britney Spears, that's Britney Spears. But she was behind them. They were walking in front of her. Nobody knew. I don't even think the security guard turned around. He just did this. So it wasn't like he took his hand and went across her face. He did apologize and say he didn't know it was her, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's just a hot mess. But there's no charges. There's no charges that are being filed. I was just dead that she kept talking in a British accent after everything happened. And then, you know, they said that she fell to the ground, and she did not. She did not fall to the ground. She didn't hit the ground, none of the things. Her head jerked back, but she didn't fall. Everybody's crazy. Literally, everybody's crazy. Hey, Shanta. And this is why you need to just keep your hands to yourself. This is, nowadays, you can't be doing all this grabbing onto these people. Just don't. Because even when I first heard about it, I'm like, dang, we just hauling off slapping folks. Like, even regardless if it was Britney Spears or not, this is how we handle stuff. We just slapping people. But thank God somebody got it on camera and you could see what actually happened. It was a complete accident. It was just a hot mess. Bruh, y'all watch that video. It's on TMZ. It's nothing violent or vile. It was her reaching out. The guy put his hand up to move her hands off of the guy that was walking, and then she got popped in the face. She need to be back under that conservatorship. Period. Shanta, I'm off in the corner because the sun is coming through my window and it's a hot mess. Okay. And then my next thing, and then I'm gonna talk about the movie that Annette had me watch. I hope I got enough time. I got about 20 minutes. Okay. So the next thing is, have y'all heard the story about Keke Palmer and her boyfriend? So Keke Palmer, for her birthday, am I saying this right? Am I lying? Was it her birthday? Anyway, scratch that part. So Keke Palmer went out, had a girls' trip with her friends. They were in Las Vegas. They went to go see Usher perform. They went to go see him perform. And, you know, a lot of times Usher with the celebrities, he'll come out and he'll sing to you. And she was there. And she had on something that to me, it was not inappropriate. I've seen a whole lot worse. To me, it was not inappropriate. But it was like a thong bodysuit with a sheer dress over top. Very sheer, like sheer, straight see-through. So it was black. And you know, she just gave birth. She just had a baby not too long ago. And she looked fine. But her boyfriend, the father of their child, he went on social media and he said, basically, what he said was, the dress, though, you're a mom now. And what else did my daughter said he said something else after that. I personally, I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. I personally didn't think there was anything wrong with what he said. I did not think there was anything wrong with what he said. I think in the moment, what I thought he did wrong is that's a conversation you need to have at home. It was sheer. She looked beautiful. There was nothing wrong with it. But it was just the fact that it was sheer. Usher was singing to her. She turned around. So, everything's out. And he didn't like it. That's what it was. He didn't like it. And they are both young people. And you know how your friends do. Your boys are in your ears saying, look at her, putting her booty all on Usher. You know what I mean? You know how they talk. So he said what he said. I feel like this. This is my honest opinion. And me and my daughter were talking about it in the car. I honestly feel like this. I did not think he said anything to shame her. I don't think he said anything that was disrespectful. I don't think he said anything to try to embarrass her. I think he got caught up in his feelings. And like these young people do today, he jumped on social media and said what he said. That's the one thing he did wrong. That was a discussion for the house. It was not something you put out there to the world. I feel like this. If you have a partner and everything your partner says is that you do everything right, that's not a real relationship. It's not. There are times that I've told my husband, you need to go change your pants. I told him that. You need to go change your pants. There'd be times that we were getting ready to go to church and he'll have a suit on where I think that a different tie would look better, or a different shirt would look better. That's not me shaming him. That's just me giving him my opinion. But of course, that's at the house. I'm not saying in front of everybody you shouldn't have wore those pants out the house. That's where he messed up. But I don't think that he was shaming her. I think he got caught up in his feelings and he said what he said. He's a young man. He made a mistake. I'm sure now he knows he made a mistake. But I think people like coming at him, dogging him out about it. It's like, calm down. This is a young family. He expressed himself in a way that maybe he should have just waited. And she was hugging all on that. It was funny. It was funny because you could see her screaming when Usher was singing to her. You could see her screaming and she just was loving every single moment. But that's how you react when you're a fan. That's how you react when you're a fan. And I know his friends was on that phone texting him and calling him like, you need to get your girl. I know, and that's what that's what Eleyna was trying to say. She said he's taking pictures of her, and I told her I get it, but that's him and her doing that. That's him and her doing that together. I'm telling you, it bothered it bothered him because she was somewhere where he wasn't. She was with her girls having a good time. She had on that sexy dress and she was being serenaded by Usher. That's what it was. That's what I think it was. That's what I think it was. Yes, correct. That is the one thing I will honestly say he should not have said anything on social media, is you putting it out there to the world. But he learned his lesson. He won't do it again. He won't do it again. He won't. Because the reaction was awful. The reaction was awful. And you don't want to, it's just too early. They started a family. It's just too early. I I feel like this. Nobody is perfect. None of us are perfect. We all have our whatever issues or whatever about us, and you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes and you try not to make them again. And that he was not in that. Why he got to be controlling? This is why couldn't it be that he just was in his feelings? Why can't it be that he was just in his feelings and he said the wrong thing? I just think he said the wrong thing at the wrong time. I'm rooting for them. I think he just said the wrong thing at the wrong time. And I'm just gonna say this as a side note, and I promise I'm just gonna say this as a quick side note, and I'm gonna get into this movie. But and that I'm so sick of this TMI. I don't know what to do with myself. Girl, you divorced. No one cares. I'm so tired of her talking about it. I'm done. No one cares. It's done. Like, we was all shocked in the beginning, and they're all of the things, and that's fine. But please, it's done. Let it be done. She the only one who talk about it. I guess she's trying to say he tried to fight against the prenup. Y'all were married like 14 years, 14, 15 years. And I'm gonna tell you something I have learned a lot of times with those attorneys, that be them who try to fight against stuff, not necessarily the other party. It could be the attorneys who are saying this, that, and the third. But it's like, y'all, it took y'all 6 months to get divorced. So this was not some kind of battle. You see that? Who's that? Kevin Costner? The judge had to tell that woman to get out that house. You're not dealing with that. You see that? That Kevin Costner's wife, ex-wife, whatever, they got that house and she would not get out. And the judge told her, you better pack your stuff and leave. You're not dealing with that. Stop talking about it. Let it go. It's done. It's over with. Y'all are divorced. Please, Lord. That's what I think, Shanta. I think he just got caught up in his feelings a little bit. And he said what he said. That's just how I feel. I don't know. They'll fix it. Anyway, he do the same thing on social media. What he be do he be looking? I never. You know what? I don't really see him. I don't really see him. But I think Kiki is just happy. She's extremely happy, and she living her best life. And I can't be mad. I can't be mad at her. She living her best life. And I'm telling you, she did not. When they showed the dress and all of the things, even my first instinct wasn't thinking, oh, she doing too much. I did not think that. Okay. But see, if he was grinding up on some girl, we would all be at him. And you know it. And you know this. If he was like grinding up on somebody like, Cardi B or whatever, you know, we would be saying something. Or that, what's her name? What's her, Chloe Bailey? Bruh, now we would be saying something. That's more on point. Chloe. If he was grinding all up on her with the no shirt and the shorts on, we would be saying something about it. Yes, that's what Eleyna was saying to me in the car. Yeah, that's what my daughter was telling me about. She said that some of his they found some social media comments that he made previously. Yeah, he I guess he shut him down. He shut all his social media down. Right, right. And I think Kiki is a strong enough woman that, yeah, you know how she know how to show somebody the door. And if she don't, her mama sure will. Period. Her mama will be like, get your stuff. Get your thing, sir. We're gonna wrap this right on up. Okay. Okay. So yes, Annette reached out to me on Netflix to watch this kind of like a documentary. Is it Take Care of Maya? Take Care of Maya? And oof, I ain't gonna lie. I thought the mama was doing something. But I digress. It's really good. It's about a family who has two kids, a son and a daughter. The daughter's name is Maya. She's hi Tammy. She's sick. She has things going on with her body, her muscles, her bones. She's in severe pain, can't walk, weight loss, all of the things. Well, her mother was her mom from Russia, the Ukraine or Russia? Her mother's not American. So I'm gonna let you know right here, right now, that is a big part of this. I think the fact that you have just someone from another country and then trying to kind of get the way Americans do things, I really do think that was a big part of it because she wasn't the most pleasant person to deal with in the situation, and you just get more bees with honey, and nobody's going to be dealing with somebody who's constantly spewing out vinegar. I think her mom was trying to do the best she could, but to her detriment. I do believe that the mother loved her daughter, but I think she was trying to do things with her daughter to assist to her detriment. Like they took her outside the country. They took her to Mexico. And Annette, correct me if I'm saying any of this wrong, because it's been a couple weeks since I watched it. Hey, Lucas. I don't know. Tammy, did I say hello? Hi. Hey, Sparkling Spectrumite. She was either from Russia or from the Ukraine. My understanding is that they took their daughter, her and her husband took their daughter out aside the country to get assistance with her medical situation. They said the name of whatever she had, child. It was a long day. I don't remember. But that's what the doctor in Mexico said. They were giving her pain medication. It was 1,000 milligrams of whatever they were giving her, which in the US, they said, would be administered by a doctor, not administered at home. And that's what was happening. She was getting this pain medication that was a very high dosage administered to her at home. And when the young girl, Maya, she had an episode at home where they needed to rush her to the hospital, that's kind of when the nurses and the other doctors got involved, and it became a situation where they thought it might have been her trying to hurt her child. Like they tried to see if she had Munchausen, all these things. The mother, because they thought she was trying to do something to the daughter. Now, you know, they not showing us everything, but they showing us stuff. I'm telling you, the father thought that. There were they must have had cameras or whatnot in the home. The mother documented everything. She documented everything. She had papers after papers and notebooks after notebooks, files after files. She documented everything. But they showed where you could hear the recording of her husband and her arguing because CPS got involved, the hospital got involved. They wouldn't let the little girl go home. They had to get a lawyer and everything. They would not let the little girl go home with the parents. And the father and her, the wife, would argue about it because he basically was saying he wanted to go see his daughter at the hospital. The more she kept pushing back, they wasn't going to let him go see his daughter. And if that meant the wife couldn't go, he basically was like, so be it. You just can't go. But you need to calm down with these people so I don't lose my rights. So the mother, she couldn't go because that's who they were investigating. At first, it was the parents, and then they narrowed it down to the mother. The father was just telling her, like, basically, you're irritating me to my core, and you need to stop because you're going to make it where I can't go see her. And he was like, and don't ask me to speak to her about medical stuff. Don't ask me to speak to her about this, that, and the other. Her and I are going to sit there. We're going to talk. When they even let the mother talk to her daughter on the phone, she would always go to her medical situation. And you know they sitting there listening. You know you're on speakerphone. Why can't you just have... It wasn't like she wasn't playing the game. You know, sometimes, you know, you got to do whatever you need to do to get your kids back. So if that means you need to play nice, then play nice. She did not want to play nice. She just wanted her daughter back. And that's not me blaming her. That's me saying, as a parent, you do whatever you need to do. Her husband was willing to do it. Her husband was willing to do whatever it needed to do. And that's why he told her, don't ask me to speak to her about her medical situation, files, no, nothing. I'm not going to do that because they weren't allowed to. They basically, the doctors and the nurses basically were saying that they had never even heard of her diagnosis before. I will tell you, that's the part that I would say that actually pissed me off the most. How we got these doctors and nobody knows what this child has but somebody in Mexico. That bothered me because I'm thinking, y'all can't call someone, you guys can't email someone, y'all can't contact someone to see if anybody's ever heard of it. They was just basically like, they ain't even heard of it before. The one doctor that was in Mexico, he did say that he told the nurse that she could contact him at any time, ask him any questions. You know, this is like court. This goes to court, you know, in front of a judge. And he's like, I told her she could contact me anytime, any questions. This is what it is. This is what I did. He gives a whole breakdown. When they asked the nurse in court, did he tell her that, she was acting like she had amnesia. She was just like, I don't recall that. I know that, Dream. I know that. But they would not let her go home. They kept her in the hospital. They said they regulated her pain. She started to gain weight. She started to get better. I don't fault the little girl because she was a kid. It's her mom. You're going to say what you need to say. But she was trying to say that they didn't treat her well in the hospital. But if you look at the videos, she's talking to these people. She's talking, she's smiling, she's eating, she's coloring or whatever in her bed. They're taking care of her. And that's hospital footage. They just did not want the mother to have any kind of contact with the daughter at all. They really truly believe that she was making her ill. The nurse who started it all, though, she was a little shady. She was a little shady. She was very shady. Their most important thing was to get her home. She had been there. How long has she been there? 3 months? Annette, Tammy, this is a Netflix documentary. It's called Take Care of Mia. The nurse was a little shady. She was. Yeah, the girl was there 3 months. When it finally came time for them to discuss again about her coming home, the judge said no again. And this is based off the information that he's getting from the hospital. This is what he said. Because I had even, my daughter had watched it, and I was like, where's her primary care physician? Where's the family doctor? Like, where are these people? If your daughter is this sick, like, where are the other people? Like, there, to me, you're taking steps before you take your child out the country for help. So how do we jump from that to her going to Mexico? Where is the primary care physician? Anywho, so he told her no. She went home. This part I'm a little bit confused about. I think the husband took their son to a baseball game. I think the son had a baseball or soccer game. They got back to the house. They are in the house. They watching TV. They're eating. They chilling. The mom's brother came to the house and was asking where the mom was, and they were like, they didn't know, so on and so forth. And when he went to the garage, unfortunately, she was there, and she was deceased. And it was just a mess. It was just a hot mess. And I think a couple of things that bothered me besides the nurse is that they did a psych evaluation on the mother. Like I said, they was checking to see if she had Munchausen and anything. And it's like, how could y'all miss that she was, ready to take her own life? Like, how could that have been missed? And the mom asked for a kiss. Oh, that's right. That's right, Annette. They told her she wouldn't be able to see, she couldn't come home, but the mom asked for a kiss and they told her no. The mom asked to kiss her daughter and they told her no. And that night, yeah, she did. I think she was supposed to go with them to the game, and she said no, she was going to do something else. But yeah, it was a hot mess. I'm not going to lie, though. I have to be completely honest. Her behavior led me to believe she was doing something. And when you watch it, you listen to that husband in the beginning, not now, but in the beginning. I'm telling you, even he was alluding to the possibility that she may have been doing something. Well, then, of course, we find out in the end that this nurse, She has done this to so many different families. She has done this to so many different families. And what's messed up is, like, you got to meet in the middle. You got some people, some social workers or whoever, they don't care. They don't care. We a couple years ago, we had a little girl, and she was going to school, and they were asking her, was everything okay at home? She said she fell down the steps. Child, the mom and the boyfriend did what they did, and she's gone. And then you got the father who went through all these hoops to try to get his daughter away from that situation. The system let her down. That teacher should have called the police. She knew something was wrong because she asked her. And she was a little girl. If she was in the first or second grade, I'd be shocked. I mean, I don't know. It was sad. And it was sad with this because that same nurse who had dealt with other cases before, some of those parents were still in prison. So some of those people lost their kids. They had to fight to get them back. And I was saying to my mom, because she watched it, she was saying how sad it was. I said, I remember taking Maya to the emergency. This was years ago. Eleyna was still in high school, but I was at work. Elliot had left Samaya and Eleyna here. And next thing you know, I'm getting a call at work that Samaya hurt her arm and she's not moving it. And I'm like, what happened? And he said, I think Eleyna grabbed her arm and Maya tried to pull it away and she's not moving her arm. So I get home and she wouldn't do this. She wouldn't do anything. So I took her to emergency. First words out of my mouth was, I was at work. First words out my mouth was that I was at work. When we explained to them what happened, they said it was nurse's elbow. You know, when you pick up a baby like this by their arm, they said it was nurse's elbow. They just put her arm back, her elbow. I mean, she wasn't even crying, nothing. She just would not move her arm. She wasn't crying or anything. They just did that and she was done. They asked her if she wanted a popsicle. Samaya reached for the popsicle. They knew she was fine. I don't know how things get so escalated that we got people being accused of doing things that they're not doing to their kids, and people are like going to prison and getting their kids taken away from them. They ended up with this story, they ended up finding out that she did have the condition the doctor in Mexico said she had. That's what they said. They found out that was the condition. But I'm like, I don't get why y'all didn't find this out before. They reached out to another doctor, I think in Idaho. Exactly, Annette. Exactly. Like it made no sense. It was like they weren't doing everything they needed to do. If nobody in that hospital had heard of it before, why are we not reaching out to other facilities to find out if they've heard of it before? I thought that part was weird. Yeah, it's either you not looking out for the kids at all, or you just making accusations that aren't even real. Like, bruh, figure it out. It was a mess. It was sad. But even when I watched it, I still walked away with me feeling like, was it the way she handled it? And it came off that way. Like, if you don't want to answer questions, or if you She was nasty. She was upset. She was upset. She was hurt. She was angry. She wanted her daughter back. And at this time, you know, her daughter's young. She wanted her daughter back. But I just feel like sometimes you have to, it was what her husband was telling her. You have to do what her attorneys even told her that. Her attorneys even told, they recorded all this stuff. Her attorneys were saying to her, listen, you're going to have to do what they tell you to. You're going to have to do what the judge tells you to. You're going to have to do what the hospital tells you to in order to get your daughter back. And she just, in her brain, she felt like she shouldn't have to do it. Yeah, I think but I think she wasn't being heard. That's why I said the cultural differences. With the cultural differences, like okay, so for example, let me just give this as an example. You're begging to want to speak to your daughter. You want to speak to her so bad. So they give you the opportunity to speak to her on the phone. Well, when you're talking to her on the phone, she basically asks if a certain woman was in the room. And I guess the woman who was in the room was someone who had to do with the case. And her daughter said, yes, she's sitting right here next to me. Mom flips and starts completely focusing on the fact that that woman is in the room listening to their conversation instead of just talking to her daughter and taking the opportunity to do so. In her mind, she thought they should be able to have a private conversation, but that's not the case when they think that you're trying to hurt her. So you just take the time to talk about whatever. You know that lady is there, is listening. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying not to blame the mom because I get it. She was upset. She was upset. It was aggravating. She wasn't getting the help that she needed because I could not figure out why they weren't reaching out to other hospitals. A hospital in Washington, a federal hospital. Like, I just could not understand that. It didn't make sense. Just because that hospital hadn't heard of the diagnosis doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Because I thought to myself, if I was sitting there and that was me, and this is my daughter, and this is my one opportunity to be able to talk to her, I would just be talking to her. Like and sometimes even when she would talk to her daughter, she would talk about her medical. Did they give you your medicine? Did they do this? Did they do that? And they would say, you need to redirect your conversation. You need to redirect your conversation. And I can ask her about blah, blah, blah. I'm just asking her, da, 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 da. But then they would tell her. Basically, they was going to end the call if she didn't redirect her conversation. It was a mess. Y'all need to watch it. It's sad, especially the end. Especially the end. It was bad in the end. I felt really bad for the family, her kids. I did not understand why they did not get a diagnosis of her being in a depressive state where they needed to be very, very concerned with the fact that she may hurt herself. Yeah, that was a good one, Annette. I liked it. It made me think. I had my mom watch it. My oldest daughter watched it. It's called Take Care of Mia. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't think it's not Maya. It's Take Care of Mia. And I think it's sick that the hospital is trying to hold them up from getting a payout. But you know that's that John Hopkins, and you know they got that lady sales that they stole. I'm just saying. Period. Yeah, y'all need to check it out. I don't think I've watched. I don't think I've watched another movie. I just been watching Suits. Yeah, this one's crazy. I promise you at the end it's frustrating in the beginning. It's really, really sad in the end. It's sad. My mouth fell to the floor when they said the brother went outside to the garage. I literally my mouth hit the floor. I wasn't expecting that. Are you watching Suits? I love me some Harvey, girl. Harvey is my man. I want to watch that Wham documentary. I want to watch that. I haven't watched it yet. Look, Lewis literally gets on my last nerve, but he's a really, really good actor because he could go from angry to emotionally crying to being funny like that. He's a good actor. He gets on my nerves. Wait, I gotta tell y'all this. Wait. Let me tell y'all this real fast. Y'all, please don't get offended. It's nothing to get offended about, but whatever, just don't. Anywho, so I'm trying not to laugh. My husband, I'm telling y'all, he is so old school. I'm not even joking. It's just so funny. But we were watching Suits. And I said, babe, I'm sorry. Give me a second. I said, babe, that's Meghan Markle. And he's like, who is that? I said, remember, I said, Prince Harry. I said, that's his wife. He said, I thought he married a black woman. I said, he did. That's her. This fool said, literally, I would never have known that if you didn't tell me. And why is everybody making a big deal about it? Because he said, literally, I didn't even notice. And then I said, well, her mom looks like us. He was like, oh, okay. His whole voice was like, I don't get, he was like, oh, I thought you married a black woman. I was like, yeah, that's her right there. He was like, why? What is the uproar about? I said, exactly. I love the show. I'm gonna watch every last episode. Somebody told me I'm gonna get tired of it. Oh, okay. Somebody told me I'm gonna get tired of it, but no, it is good. And I love Harvey. He's my favorite. So y'all, if y'all have anything that y'all want me to watch, y'all need to let me know. Annette reached out to me and gave me that one, and it was good. It was really, really good. It made me think. And it's sad. Our system is so jacked up. Our system is so jacked up. We got to do better. Season 6. Am I on season 6? I may be. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know why I think I'm on 5. But yes, I want to watch that documentary about Wham. Even with the trailer, they were showing the video where they were doing Last Christmas, and they were saying that they were serving them real alcohol at the dinner table. When you see them all gather at the dinner table and they're drinking, it was real alcohol. Who's doing that? Everybody's crazy. So yes, I cannot wait to watch that. I bet you that's gonna be good. I bet you. Yes, it's on Netflix. Yes. And I read the first series of the Will Trent books. Very good. I think I put it on my Instagram page. I put it in my Instagram page. Very good. So if y'all read or do the audiobooks, the first book, spectacular. Love it. I'm gonna put my Facebook book club information in the description box. I'll make sure I do that so you guys can check it out. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. We're gonna I'm encouraging people to put up their votes so we can put them in a little wheel for August. What's it called? It's called Wine with a Little Crime and Romance. And it's on Facebook. Awesome sauce. But I think that's all I have for y'all today. I'm about to do some diamond painting. Late tonight, I probably will be doing some coloring, and that's that on that. I think we're gonna take my husband out to the outlets to the Nike store so he can choose some shoes. Please, let's not even discuss it. He need one of them closets where just walls. It's ridiculous. So that's probably what we end up taking him out there. But we got him stuff. We primarily got him stuff for his phone because we got him a new phone. Was it for Father's Day? For Father's Day, we got him a new phone. So he needs all the accessories. We converted him over to Apple. Am I saying that right? Some reason I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. I think Father's Day I got him an Apple Watch. But whatever. He got a new phone. So he needs some accessories. All right, girl. You all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for stopping by. I went over, y'all. I went over. If you guys could please leave me a like before you leave the building. It's a way to support my channel for free. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next week.